Oh, streaming. Nice.
Yeah, I started to stream just now because if I wait until the right moment to start, this internet is not always working good. So I prefer, even if we had some time, it's like we're doing nothing now, but then it's going to be live and you can send people there. And I will also take the link now.
And besides, it's like the little backstage moments. You know, it's kind of fun. You know? Let's see. Have you been training very many people? I was just side notes up. I was surprised we didn't find more people to relieve you from some of this work, from some of this live streaming.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I keep saying it every week, but I don't know. People is not engaging. I was thinking like it's a good method to people to get engaged because it's something like people can do, especially when you are going to go on a meeting, you already wanna go. Yeah, and it's nice to engage with the community. But yeah, I don't know.
By the way, how's my feedback? Do I still need to mute every time a lot?
Hello, 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 hello. No, it's good.
Okay. It's hard to know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's so weird.
Normally, you have to see the green. You see when I'm speaking, there is a green circle on me. That means my microphone is capturing something.
Yeah. It's weird. Hey, Jake. Hey, Jess.
Hey, guys.
Bye. Hello.
Let's see your shirt, Griff. Ooh, fancy. I didn't order.
This was from last year's EthereumDenver.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
This was from last year's EthereumDenver.
Hello.
Well, you know, there's always an abundance of praise and a shortage of time. So why don't we dive in? This week I want to dish extra praise to Zeptimus because he's such a hero, coming to all these calls. I think he goes to more calls than anyone else in the TEC. And not only does he go and participate and add value, he also records them and distributes them and edits the videos. And it's just so much work. And I really want to honor that work that Zep does. I also want to dish major praise to Jake for never-ending effort at doing the dirty little secret things that need to get done to make the TEC parameters move forward every step of the way, making major progress. I want to dish praise to Dan Lessa, who's leading, and YGG for leading these simulation conversations that are going on right now. That's huge. I want to dish praise to Livia, who can't make it today, who's going to give a great talk at EthereumDenver. Her slides looked awesome, so I'm sure she's going to kill it. And of course, major praise to Wonka every time, because this Gravity Working Group, I'm so excited. I get to be a lawyer today. I got to have a role, so I'm really excited about that. And with that, I'll pass it to Wonka.
Thanks, Griff. Well, I want to dish praise to Mateo because he did excellent in an event we had this Tuesday. And also I want to dish praise to Septimus and Ivy because I did like the pilot for the transparency audit. And I think it's a really valuable tool that just by following and answering these questions, we can periodically, we can like measure and improve the work of the working groups. And I also want to dish praise to Livi because her presentation today is so important and so amazing that we get to have our spotlight. So yes, those are my praises, and I pass to Tamara.
Hey. So I'd also like to praise Livia for representing TEC at ETH Denver. Very cool. She's going to rock it, of course. And I'd like to praise Jake for bringing the energy every day and for being such a strong partner with this Hexers onboarding that we're doing. I'd like to praise Jess for her warmth and openness and our long conversations. And Juan Carlos, your Graviton trainings are the highlight of my week, even though I have to stay up so late to participate in them. And I will definitely be there tonight and really, really appreciate that you continue to do them and that they have such high quality. And I will pass to Mateo. Did you go?
Hey guys, happy to be here as always. Happy to see you all. My praises this week are mainly for Livi for her presentation today, and Griff because his presentation yesterday about the commons was really amazing. I really loved it, and yeah, really grateful for those speeches and being able to listen to that idea. Sadly, they cut him off, but yeah, maybe the time for next time will be longer. Yeah, I'll pass it to Septimus.
Thank you, Mateo. I want to give praise to Jess. I feel she's always onboarding people, and that's amazing, the warmth she do it. I also want to give praise to Juan, because he was so proactive on the audit, and he already did a lot of work, and I'm so excited to keep working on that. And I also want to give praise to Livi, because also she's doing a good presentation today, but she have all that energy she have, and it's amazing. It's like on the Wednesday call, she was onboarding also a lot of people, and yeah, she just shine. Yeah, and I'll pass it to Jake.
Okay, I want to dish praise to Vitor for keeping his head down and getting after it. It's really nice. I also want to dish praise to Fabio, who has now jumped in too, and he needed Griff to give him like some power so he could actually use issues, which was kind of like, you can't touch this? What do you mean you can't touch this? No, you couldn't touch it. Well, that doesn't really help me now, does it? No, we're good. We're good. Big praise for them. Also, Santiago, I think, is going to jump in too. So I just want to dish praise to him right now. YGG, for even though he told me he was going to be gone, he did show up and help Vitor a little bit. And that was, I really appreciated that, because I was staring at it like it was obviously mathematical CAD. And we're like, what the hell is this? Anyways, I'd also like to dish praise to Olivia, of course, obviously for EthereumDenver, but also the fact that she's been really participatory with me on other things like onboarding and still being focused on not just EthereumDenver, which is, pretty distracting. Oh yeah, I want to dish praise to Eduardo because the AMA weekly call was a great idea. And even though Olivia headed this last one we did, we had new people, we got great questions, we got new focus on other ideas, and it was really encouraging. So I dish praise to Eduardo for that idea. That was great. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Griff.
Great. And I'll pass it to, wasn't ready, August. Sorry, August, just a warning. We're giving praise. So if you can think of anyone that you want to praise this for this week, you go for it. Oh, maybe August isn't there. Cesar, are you there? Oh no, August is there. Pause on Cesar. Hey, August.
I can only talk for a few minutes. I'm listening just right now. But I want to give praise to Griff. You did an awesome job speaking at the EthereumDenver. That was awesome. So really, really good job. Keep it up.
Nice. And Cesar?
Hi, everyone. I just want to say hi, Sean. I'd like to praise Santi for helping with the onboarding. And so I really look forward to participating and seeing if I can contribute in any meaningful way.
Nice. Okay. How about Eduardo?
Hello, everyone. I want to give praise to Tam for helping a lot this week, and also conveying the last part of her moving. I think we are like sisters in action, and so we're moving at the same time and so on. So it's like, that's really nice to have someone who understands your same endeavors and struggles. So praise to that. I want to dish praise to Jess for helping with finding who was the phone number on the Twitter account to be able to log in because we couldn't log in the Twitter account. We finally made it. So dish praise to Jess for that. I want to dish praise for Ivy, basically for all her work, and she's always like touching bases with everyone and checking out. And she have a doubt, she doesn't hesitate to reach out. So that's amazing. I want to dish praise to YGG. I don't know you, but it seems that you do an amazing work. So there you go. I want to dish praise also to Septimus for updating the YouTube backgrounds with the new designs. I want to dish praise to Jake. In this case, for a nice, I don't know how to say this properly, but it's like a nice showing of priorities, but not forgetting what is relevant, because he always have time in the calls, but he's always there for their kids. So it's like really nice to see a good parenting in the making without losing the present on the call. So that's nice for me. I'm not a dad, but anyways. And to Griff and Livi for their presentations. Getting back to you, Griff.
Nice. Well, let's sling it over to Jeff. Hey there, Jeff.
So I'm all right. Hey, everyone. How's it going? I'll turn my camera on. Cool. Awesome to be here. It has been a while. Happy New Year, everyone. I don't think I've seen you guys since last year. I'd like to hand out praise pretty much to everyone. That's probably, I don't know if I'm able to do that, but this is an awesome community. Really appreciate all of the work that everyone's doing. Maybe I should hone in a little more. I don't know. What do you think, Griff? Maybe I'll hand it off to Griff. Lots of praise. Lots of praise. Actually heading your way. Just all the organization, really making sure that everyone's a part of the community and is heard and has a voice is really awesome. Cool. I'll hand it back to you. Thanks.
Well, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, let's sling it over to Heater.
Hey everyone. So I'm excited because I actually have some praise to give this week. The last meeting I joined, I hadn't really gotten to be involved enough to dish out praise, so I'm excited for that. My first praise actually goes to Griff for the awesome presentation yesterday at EthereumDenver. Watched it online and just super exciting. He had a lot of energy and got me even more pumped to be involved. So praise to Griff. Second praise for Livia, I think it was, who had the AMA yesterday. I also joined that and had a few questions. And yeah, it's just a good opportunity to ask away. So praise to Livia. And then lastly would be for YGG for hosting the labs. I'm still very new to Python and CAD, but I'm still somehow able to follow along. So I think that is a testament to how well he is explaining everything and keeping everyone involved, despite the skill level diversity. So yeah, and I will pass it back to Griff because everybody's been passing it back to Griff.
Yeah, it starts to get tough at the end. And I just go alphabetical down the list. So Jess is next. Hey, Jess.
Oh, hey everybody. I was just preparing my lunch, but listening, and really nice to hear all the things. Sometimes, you're not really aware, so this is great for that. I want to dish praise to Jake. I really just want to dish praise to Jake for being Jake and just showing up his authentic self. I think it makes everybody feel so much better and more comfortable to just be yourself. And yeah, it feels really good always to have you there, Jake, and you're so supportive to everybody. And Eduardo, you have been so doing such an amazing job the last few weeks, especially I see you going so fast I can't keep up with you, and you're really just helping with so many things has been awesome. Craig for continuing to support communications, and Santi. I really want to just praise Santi. I feel like he's so solid and he's like very quiet, but he always comes in at the right time with the best advice, especially in the moments maybe of uncertainty. So I feel like that wisdom is really helpful in guiding us. And Tamara as well for continuing. I say this every week, but she's like, if you have any block, I feel like you could just counsel people on how to unblock your blocks. And it's so amazing how much you're holding for this community. It's incredible. And yeah, I think, God, I praise everybody. And welcome, Jeff. Nice to see you again. And back to Griff.
Cool. Let's pass it to Craig. Hey, Craig.
Hear me?
Yeah, we hear
you. Nice. Let's see. Praise dishing. I'll praise Griff for his East Denver thing. I'll praise Livi for her East Denver thing. And because East Denver's been pretty good this year. It's always good. I see Sean there. I'll praise him for whatever he's got going on. I'm not exactly sure. I've heard rumblings. Yeah, I'll stop there. Thanks.
Thanks, Craig. Let's pass it over to Santi.
Thank you, Griff. I want to display especially to Cesar or Sean, who's joining for the first time. He just got onboarded this week. He's helping me on the legal working group. Hopefully he'll be able to join tomorrow. He's already started working on the two main working documents that we are dealing with, which is the hatching terms and lately the meeting terms. Also, this praise to Ricardo, who's not here today, and Marina. Marina showed up. I had a meeting with her, a private meeting with her. She wanted to give me some feedback, although she's not being able to join us lately. I also, of course, want to praise Juan Carlos for the great job he's doing with Gravity course and for tonight practice that we're going to have. Mateo for the work on the source cred, always there, especially this week, creating the document that we're going to work on with Livi on Monday. Ivy for posting the Twitter message that got Sean onboarded. Jessica for sending me a new potential lawyer joining also this week. And Tam for the great coordination work that she does every week on the Stewards group and for ZenHub and all those issues that we all deal with. And finally, Jake for giving water for his kids whenever they request for it. Thank you, Griff. Back to you.
Let's sling it over to Sam. Hey, Sam.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. This week, I would like to praise to Septi because even if he is already busy with the transparency working group and with recording the calls, he also had some time in order to do a working session with me. And well, actually, it was several working sessions in which we did some diagrams for the documentation, and he even brought a chunk of a good chunk of documentation, and it's like it feels so good. Thank you so much, Septi. I pass it to you. I pass it back to you, Griff.
Cool. Tam, all yours.
Wait, am I starting?
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. No, you're right. You already went. I have you on my list too. YGG, Sean.
Awesome. Thanks, Griff. Yeah, so I want to reciprocate this like pseudo-anonymous praise to Eduardo. I've never got to chat with him, and we seem to be in completely different working groups, but he's always has has so many interesting things on the go, and people are always excited about what he's up to. So that's, yeah, definitely praise to Eduardo for that. I want to praise Griff and Livi for their presentations at EthereumDenver. I hope those are recorded. I'm sure they are. I'm really excited to see them. I want to praise Heater for showing up consistently to the labs and to the hack sessions with Danilo. It's awesome to have someone who's so passionate and on board with what's going on and eager to learn. And I want to praise Jake very heavily. Much praise to Jake for really carrying the flag forward with this the Paramms working group. It's really important work, having everything open and exposed to the whole community so that we don't fall into this trap of becoming a technocracy that we're resisting so hard. We need everyone on the same page with what's being deployed on the tech side, and Jake really holds that and carries that strongly. So praise to Jake and praise to Vitor for jumping in like headfirst into the Paramms thing. He's already got the web app looking amazing, and it's just so cool to see a team come to life and support a project like that. Yeah, and once again, praise to Juan for continuing the working sessions in the Gravity group. I've been learning so much from those, and I'm really excited to continue that today. I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
Thanks, and you're often the last one. Thank you so much, Sean. It's the benefit of having Y as the first letter, right? So welcome to the call. As always, I am facilitating. Wonka will be moderating. And just a reminder, if you have any issues, big or small, please tell us. We're making a special effort, and we need more opportunities, honestly, to like build the strengthen the relational fabric of this community. So if you have any issues, definitely there's this awesome type form that Wonka put together. And I will praise anyone who fills it out. No, just kidding. It's anonymous. I won't praise you. Anyway, so also we have this TE Praise Telegram channel. Definitely join it. Make it easy for Ivy and anyone else who wants to dish you praise to make it happen. I think soon we will be moving to Discord. That's exciting. Leaking a little alpha there. But for today, please join the Telegram group because it'll make Ivy's life so much easier. Also, if you want to get a deeper connection with the community, you can put your data in the Airtable, and we can hopefully a nice match will form, and you can meet more people who speak your preferred language and all these sorts of things. And if you really want to get involved, you got to have the calendar, the TE calendar on your Google Calendar. There are so many events every day, and if you just want to hang out in this community, this is the spot. This is the way to find out. Also, by the way, these notes are listed. Can someone make sure to post these notes? Usually Livia does in the general channel. Maybe I can pass that to Tam to just post a link of these notes in the TEC general if they're not there. Yeah, and this call is to really show off work, to look at all the progress that we've made this week and give an opportunity for everyone to brag about the good stuff that's been happening. This is not the time to really discuss or brainstorm improvements. However, if you do have any ideas, please throw them in this document. It would be so cool to see some of your ideas as comments in this document, and we can bring them back into reality. With that, if you want to see the work that we're doing, check out ZenHub. This ZenHub link will show you all the gritty little details of where we're going. But I'll let our community stewards lead, Tamra, give the details of the roadmap. Pass it to you, Tamra.
Hey. So really all the action is happening inside all of the working group themselves. So I will share a few things not related to any specific working group. Who are we? We're the community stewards, and each working group has a steward, some have two, who really sort of lead the initiative. And we get together for a weekly sync to share what we're seeing and what we're feeling in the community, to check in on our progress. We use sprint planning and 2-week sprints to plan our work. And we crush any blockers on a weekly basis too, to make sure that we keep moving forward. you can see further above, we have a roadmap to the TEC hatch, which we've been tracking against for the last few sprints, and we still seem to be good in terms of making progress against that. And there's a link to the TEC Sprint 3, which we just kicked off at the end of last week. So really, we started it this week. If you're interested in knowing what all of the community stewards are doing and all of the communities doing for Sprint 3, that link is filtered to the Sprint 3 itself. Thanks to Metaverde for the name, we're pipping, which is when, if anybody doesn't know farm animals, anyone else doesn't know farm animals, it's when a chicken is inside an egg and it's just starting to break the egg shell. So pre-hatch, so that's what we're doing, we're pipping. The Community Stewards Working Group Manifesto is a work in progress. It's actually on our sprint this sprint to be updated, but you can go have a look and see and contribute if you think there's something that should be in there. And without further ado, I will pass to Santi to kick off the rest of the working group updates.
Thank you, Tom. Well, here at the working group, the legal working group, you can see the link of the working group manifesto on the agenda. We've been working toughly on the biggest document, which is the hatching terms, which are going to be defining the basically the terms that anyone will follow or will be under during the hatching phase, which is the first one that we're going to be facing and probably the most important one. And hopefully, luckily, we have two new contributors. One is Ricardo, who's not here. He joined last week, and the other one is Sean. He's been already giving me some feedback on the documents that I shared with him as sync. We meet Fridays, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central European Time. You're welcome to come. We're going to be reviewing, making the final review of that document tomorrow, and incorporating all the comments that we've been having from the last two contributors, which are lawyers, both of them, and we'll finally also give a final version of the meeting attendance terms, which we will incorporate in the Discord once we launch it. So tomorrow, 4 p.m. that's our next meeting. And back to you, Griff.
Sorry to unmute. It's so hard. Blanca, all you, buddy.
Yes. Well, thank you. I am really happy about the progress we have had in the Gravity Working Group. We are in the mid of our first training, that is 8 sessions, and today is the 4th session. And we have learned so much theory that today we're going to have a practical case. And all of you, or mostly of all of you, have received information confidential related to one of the parts involved in the case. And the case is really easy, and it can be solved in different ways, but the idea is to have the negotiation and to involve people in this exercise. You don't have to be a lawyer, you just have to apply some of the things that we have talked in the Gravity working groups, in the sessions. And also, if you want to become a Graviton, please claim the POAPs, because otherwise it would be very difficult if you say like, hey, I want to become a Graviton, and you haven't passed the training. Please claim the POAPs, because that is the requirement to become a Graviton. And the next training hopefully is going to be like somewhere this year, but it hasn't been planned still. So it would be amazing if we have a lot of people in the first generation of Gravitons, and make this project scale. And with that, I pass to the onboarding working group.
Thank you, Juan. First of all, we changed the name. We are no longer the onboarding working group. We are Hatchers Outreach. That's our official new name. Thank you, Ham, and for that session to pull out this name. So yeah, if you will see the name changing in the following days in all the documentation. That's the first news about the onboarding working group, no longer called that. And so for everyone who, I love that icon, for everyone who is new on this call, the Hatchers Outreach working group. It's a group dedicated to build up and onboard hatchers and proposals in order to achieve success hatch. And we are right now in the phase of onboarding ourselves as hatchers. So it has been fun the past week. We have onboarded more members of our own community. And if any of you guys are interested or want to know more information about what it means to be a hatcher, you can DM me so we can talk about it in case you are interested on it. So that from one aspect. We are also retaking onboarding people from the trusted seed list. We are also having some meetings for onboarding more proposals by the end of this week, luckily. And we are also trying to create the process for the onboarding journey in the new Discord channel we will have. So that's also quite exciting. And finally, we are also helping comms with some aspects. And I think that's pretty much all. I don't know who's gonna take on Livi's today, but I will get back to you.
I'm always the substitute, although I'll definitely would love it if Tam or Wonka or anyone else has any things that I miss. First off, the SoftGov group has been heads down, focusing on getting this code of conduct done. It's very close. It's very exciting to have kind of the boundaries set. This is Eleanor Ostrom's first principle, setting the boundaries and setting expectations for everybody who's participating. It's grueling work, and a lot of people have been participating, so thank you for that work. Also, there's the Commons Book Club is over. We finished that. It's very sad. It was so much fun, but we're talking about doing another one, maybe using Token Log to vote on the next book. And it might even be Eleanor Ostrom again. Who knows? But that's still in the works. A lot of work has been done on the source code implementation. Maybe Santi, do you have anything to say on that? Santi or Mateo?
Yeah, we're almost ready. We're going to launch the proposal to implement it, probably during next week meeting at soft governance. And we're going to put together, we're going to hack it on Monday with Livi and get ready to discuss it on the working session on Tuesday, and probably post the proposal on the forum for everyone to make sure that understands all the parameters that we're going to be launching with, and request for voting. And if it passes, we will be ready to just launch it.
That's fantastic. Very exciting to get source code integrated. That'll be so cool. There's a lot of really awesome SoftGov forum posts that would be educational to read, and we would love your input on them. On top of that, rules and boundaries, participatory decision making, intrinsic motivation, contributions and reward. These are deep philosophical questions that every community needs to answer, and we're hoping to get a lot of data on the forum so we can support the future comments that come after us. So anything you want to add to that would be amazing. And then I think with that, I'll just pass it to Zeptimus to say something about the mutual accountability, and then Zep, you can take it for transparency.
Related to mutual accountability, with what me and Juan were doing, we're trying to. There was an article from DAO to DAO, and we were relating the audit points. We were trying to relate with accountability. For example, manifesto was info availability, and we think the info availability has to be public. But it would be nice if we could see like the audit, because then the people would understand. And also what we mostly were doing was trying to put these criteria on the audit to build more mutual accountability and to reflect it. And yeah, I can just keep going with the same thing regarding that. On transparency, we were working on adding the financial statement for the audit, to represent also how the funds are going to be managed after the hatch on each working group. That's very important. And Juan already did a lot of nice job doing the trial audit, and now he had this red transparency after he did. But next week, me and Ivy are going to help him, and maybe we can do a lot of work and make it green. That'd be awesome. And if anyone wants to participate on the transparency, there is the spreadsheet to engage with the recordings. Feel free. That would be awesome and would be a huge help. And I'll pass it to communications.
And Jess, maybe you're still muted, but maybe you could also just intro working group Omega. If you don't mind. Oh, you're still muted, Jess.
She's server muted somehow.
Oh, server muted. Let's solve that. Oh no. Okay. It should work now. Try.
Okay. Hey, I've only attended one of the Omega meetings, but the purpose of this group is to engage with the token engineers of the community and do a survey to figure out kind of what draws everybody. It's very transdisciplinary. So looking at kind of initial assumptions around why are we all here and what is the work that we're doing, and making sure that everybody is very aligned in that. And that's not necessarily from a mission perspective, but just engaging with our primary folks, the token engineers. So yeah, hopefully Shebnem will join us when there's another update from that. But meantime, I will share screen and a few things happening in the communications side of things. Okay, so gotta get to here. Okay, the first thing I wanted to start with is we are producing a video that will be front-facing on our Hatch app, and it's meant to be community sharing, and I want to get a lot of different voices. So tomorrow I'm going to be sharing my calendar to book 30-minute slots where I'll be recording interviews, and I would love to get as many voices as possible. So either you can volunteer or I will come to you and ask you to please participate and share a bit with me, and I'll be doing some recorded sessions. So I'm going to release my calendar Friday, so when you see it, and if you're like...
Does anyone else see her shared screen? I don't see it.
No.
Okay. And we lost Jess too. Well, maybe let's just keep going. Let's go on to TEC Paramms and Guardians Working Group, and Jess can give the rest of the comms wrap up after that.
Okay. Well, not a lot has changed for me this week. We're really heads down getting the site up so people can actually go and play with these models and pick params. I really want to just highlight token log. I just put a link in the general channel. You can prioritize the issues the TEC has, but more importantly, it gets you used to using token log and how we're going to vote for the params, and more importantly, just how cool token log is. Yeah, other than that, I mean, we're busy. There's a lot going on. We got a Sunday work session still, but not too much has changed because we're just working. So if you're not scared of work and you want to learn, you come on down to the TEC. All right. Other than that,
just a quick one. We have something that's going to be up for a vote, right? Token log, how we pick the hatch parameters?
Yes. What are you going at, Griff? I'm kind of lost now.
Just to make comments on that forum post. If anyone is interested.
There's the token log forum post, please. Yeah, go to the forum. There's a whole thing about token log. It's also a proposal. But yeah, give us feedback on how we have a thing up there about how we're going to do this and pick these parameters and involve the community in how they're set up, designed, and you can, how you want your hatch to look like. And it's really cool. You get to be a part of this. And yeah, please use token log. You want to throw in anything else, Griff?
Just to vote this weekend on the forum post.
Because, because otherwise that's it. Right. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah. And YGG, I saw you unmute. Did you have something to add?
I just wanted to really reiterate, everyone, please, if you haven't yet, check out Token Log. It's incredibly cool. Everyone here has Impact Hour tokens, or if you don't, you will soon. So everyone, just open up Token Log and see how cool it is if you haven't yet.
Oh yeah, and you can message me because if you may not have a token, but you probably have impact hours. You may have just you may only have like 1 or 2, but that's enough. You can hit me up and I can send you 1 or 2 impact hour tokens, and you can vote. All right, I'm gonna hand over to Seb.
Thank you. I also want to reiterate that the impact hours will be transformed into TEC tokens, so make sure that you get those in your address soon. I will share my screen because I have something to show. There are 2 things that we have been working during this week. One is in the clinical side and another is in the documentation side. This is the documentation that we already have and the one that is missing. And what I was telling you before is about this machine state diagram that Septi and me were working on. It's like all the states in which the DAO is going to be from the moment in which it is created to when it is being funded to when the funds we reach a certain amount of the funds, so we can say that we have reached the goal. So yeah, this is part of the documentation that we have been working on. It will be in the forum soon, so you will be able to check it out better and comment on if you see better ways to explain this process. And in the technical side, we have had some trouble with the tools. Gabi is working on migrating the template to another tooling. So maybe we will be able to redeploy the template soon, but I am not sure how it is going to be. It's one of those moments in which you really don't know if it will be easy or not. But yeah, these are things that are normal. They happen all the time. I hope that we can solve that soon. In the meantime, we are doing this documentation. And yeah, I think that I will pass it again. What's next?
Yeah, well, I'll just add a couple things. Number one, we have a very interesting proposal about Celeste. It's probably not going to be voted on for a while, but if you're interested in learning how we're going to do decentralized arbitration within our DAO and partnering in our partnership with OneHive, definitely check it out. Also, another reminder that we changed our name from the Garden Swarm to the Commons Swarm. So we are now the Commons Swarm, and we're excited to push the Commons framework. Yeah, I think that's it probably. And we'll see. Is Jess, are you back?
Yeah, I was having an internet issue. I don't know where it even cut off.
Very beginning. You could basically start over from the top.
Oh dear. Okay, cool. All right, round 2. Maybe it'll be better this time. So the onboarding video, did you guys get that part? I'm going to be reaching out to you and just to set up 15 to 30 minute slots to record literally 2 to 3 questions. So will be awesome. The more voices, the better for our video representing our community. And then I wanted to show the new website is finally finished. It's been a process for a lot of reasons. Marco is quite busy, but he was able to take our initial, our like low res idea and make it super amazing. We found exactly what we were looking for with this cool warped universe look. And we have a tagline now. Woohoo! I hope everybody likes it. It's workable. Sustainable and ethical design for token ecosystems. And then we have our cool definition here and our mission with some cool art, from DeFi to TeFi, and then our values, and a nice little community section. Marco chose, this is our only picture. We could probably work on getting a new one. And then we have our ecosystem partners here. So this is going to be like our new calling card that's pointing to our other more active channels. So this will be really fun to release this and finalize the branding with this kind of warped universe NFT thing going on. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we have a new blog from Nate. If you haven't read it and you're sitting down with a coffee this afternoon, it's got a lot of great nuggets in it. He wrote about the challenges that DAOs are facing and reflections from being a new member in the TEC. And he's got a lot of really cool, I feel like a lot of the quotes, you could pull them out. And they are, people on Twitter were really appreciating this article that he wrote. It's really fantastic. So if you get a chance to check that out. And if you haven't checked out the Twitter yet already, we're starting to release a lot of really nice things there. And we have Praise Quant tomorrow. If anybody wants to see inside, you know, you hear about the praise, but you don't really hear about the other side. So you can join that. And then we have our news blog coming out next week. Guest blog submissions are still open. So if you want to submit anything, would love to have you. I think Sean said one of his buddies is working on something. And then the last thing we wanted to mention, I think somebody did mention it, but just to be really clear, every Wednesday, so if you're new, every Wednesday we have this AMA that Livia hosts at 7 PST and 4 p.m. CET. So that's every Wednesday. So just wanted to mention that, Griff. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, wow, we're going to end early. I'm going to show off the Commons Simulator as our spotlight this week. I will just say that the Commons Simulator is I'm filling in mostly because I don't necessarily plan on requesting. Oh, is this? Sorry. I don't actually plan on requesting funding for the Commons Simulator for a while. Definitely not before the launch. Mostly for political reasons, just to be honest. We want to make sure that there's a good separation of the common stack from the TEC, just to be authentic about things. However, this is an awesome project, and it really it's designed to be a game that will inspire people to create their own economies and understand how CAD can support them in that effort. So the basic premise of this game is that the world has gone to shit. You know, like we didn't care about public goods, pollution, and we blocked out the sun with all of our pollution and destroyed water, and everything is horrible. Basically, the only humans that have survived have retreated underground to and they're just playing video games and trying to pass time. But they ended up turning a remote control into a time traveling machine called CAD that lets you travel through time, but in that quantum leap way, where it's like not your physical body, but your consciousness gets downloaded in another person, and then you're set with the task of creating a commons economy to change the outcome of society, so that we can actually appreciate public goods and save the world. So the goal here is to actually be not necessarily design the economy yourself, but we become Nick, who is a real person in Barcelona. She's a leader in the radical exchange movement, and you've been put into her body to basically get the radical exchange community to design a successful commons. And so you have to lead the community through this process of picking parameters, kind of like basically exactly what we're doing in the TEC, where we tell them, okay, where we get these choices pulled out by the community, so the community is actually making these decisions. Oops. And then once you get to the end, which I have to click through, you can actually use CAD to simulate the outcome of the design. So this is probably the prettiest front end for CAD that that exists. And I'm going to change one. And all of these parameters are actually things that we, as the Token Engineering Commons, need to choose. But it's only 6 of them instead of probably like 60. And it takes a little bit of time to run the simulation, but but it's gone a lot faster because of the amazing work that Vitor, Santi, and Andrew, Random Shinichi have put into creating this, optimizing this CAD simulation. I also want to give major props to Marco, who's the product lead. Sem put in a lot of foundational effort in the beginning. Also Fabio and Paco from Mooney. Like, this was a true common stack community project with a lot of people that were involved. There was, well, currently right now we have Danny and Lauren from the Giveth community working on the content. And yeah, many people participating. And so you get these cool graphs, and you have to decide, are these graphs, what do these graphs really mean? And are they good enough to save the world? And it's like, so CAD gives you these results, and it's actually on you to decide if these are good. And I'm looking like, oh yeah, the token price was here. Wow, actually that looks like a pretty good token price chart, right? And then this is the sentiment, which is like, how much did people like the DAO? Well, these are pretty high, right? It seems, maybe. And the funding pool, wow, it has more in the funding pool than in the beginning. That's probably a good sign. Okay, let's see our future. I think it's going to win. Yeah, I made a high score. Ooh, and there's a lot of improvements that we want to make. Specifically, we want to, add in a high score list and make it cooperative in a way. And then this is supposed to just be the first level of many levels. So this level in the parameters, we kind of focus on conviction voting. But the next level, we want to focus on the augmented bonding curve and choosing parameters for that. We want to use this game as a way for people to understand the parameters. There's a lot of descriptions in there, and also to like empower communities on the concept of creating your own economy. So yeah, that's the Commons Simulator. And I don't necessarily, if you guys want to be involved in the Commons Simulator, please reach out to me and I'll invite you to the chat room. Or if you want, t.me/CSDDev. So CSDDEV. And it's the Common Stack doesn't have a dev team. We only have this channel where we do our decentralized dev work. We don't want a dev team because we want to stay. We want to make sure this knowledge is not like centralized within one dev team. So that's just a strategic positioning. And this is really the first community project, and as you can see, it's so close to done. This is a little sneak preview. We haven't actually publicly released it. And with that, I want to save everyone the time and call it a day. It's really nice to end meetings early. Thank you guys for joining us this week. And but don't forget Juan Carlos. Juanco, do you want to promote Gravity really quick?
Yes. After in 10 minutes, we're gonna have our Gravity. We can proceed these minutes to see a little bit of Livia's presentation in EthereumDenver.
I don't know how the sound will work, but
managing self-managing CPRs, collective pool resources, that will work successfully over the years. We also have Common Swarm, that is a partnership between OneHive and the Common Stack to deploy the TEC stack. So they are led by Sam and Griff, and they are implementing the Dandelion DAO, the conviction voting, and bonding curve, making the systems robust because they will be the base of our commons. And we also started with the communications working group led by Jess and Marco. They're taking care of the TEC narrative from content to distribution, our website, the forum, blog posts, and now we also have guest blog posts. So if you have TE content, if you like to write about the comments about token engineering, you can reach out to us and we can give you the space. And we also have meme parties to create incredible memes like this one every Friday you can join. So we started with only this 3 and now we are 10. So what else do we have? We also have Gravity. That is super important work for the whole DAO ecosystem that is offering accessible conflict management. This is one of Austrian principles to sustain a harmonious community. So this group is led by Juan Carlos, who is facilitating this amazing course now that is Gravity Training. Gravity because it brings people together. So Gravity Training is happening actually right after this session. So you can jump out of my talk and jump in there. And in the end of the sessions, you can get a PO-op. And by collecting all of these PO-ops, you can become a Graviton. You can become a Graviton. You are trained to facilitate conflict management practices, not only in the TEC community, but also in other communities. We also have legal working group that is led by Santi, that is researching best practices to offer a legal strategy for the TEC. So after looking into so many possibilities, the legal working group submitted a proposal to use the Common Stack Swiss Association as a legal shield and protection for the participants of the Commons. So now we have clear steps to become a hatcher. And if you want to become a hatcher, which means initializing the Commons, being the first people that will nurture this community, you can join the Hatchers Outreach with Eduardo. That is the working group that is taking care of onboarding hatchers and token engineering project proposals. So we can have a very well-scoped first cohort of proposals that will be ready once the Commons is launched. We also have Transparency Working Group. That is amazing. You guys have to check out the TEC YouTube. Zeptimus and Ivy have been doing an incredible job of documentation. You can find all our videos there, all our calls, and now they're already working on transparency audits that are looking into how and all the working groups are and all the initiatives that happen in the TEC community to help the mutual accountability that is also an Austrian principle. We also have working group Omega that is led by Shepnin to provide experiments for the token engineering community and eventually have an interface to moral philosophy for token engineers and research token engineers' intrinsic motivations. It is super fun. You should also join. And we have the TEC Labs that is being championed by YGG. He is giving introductions to CAD, so how to visualize parameters, how to validate your design. It's really cool. It's if you're a beginner into coding with CAD, he will help you a lot. And the next lab is happening tomorrow with guest speaker Mark Maini. So you can join every Friday at 5 p.m. CET. And we also have the TEC parameters. So this is also something super exciting happening for the whole DAO ecosystem. That is the first step towards breaking the technocracy of only the developers making technical choices. So the TEC parameter is being led by Jake, and this is to provide an education to the community about tech decisions, so everyone can propose their own parameters, and then using token log will be able to pick one of them, pick a few of them that will go to Dandelion DAO to be actually implemented in the Commons. And they're using the super cool graphs created by YGG and his crew that you can select what are the parameters, you can play with them, you can enter this website, Token Engineering Test, and play with them. It's super fun, and you'll see how the parameters play out to actually have a functioning commons. And finally, we have Community Stewards Working Group. So the Community Stewards are organizing all of the work happening. So most of the working group leads are community stewards, and this way we can ensure a fractal organization. So there's so much going on that we don't have the capacity to be in everything at the same time. So we have this group to synchronize about everything that is happening and make sure that things are flowing. So we also share temperature checks of the community, and we recently implemented a Scrum process by the master Tamara, who created the Zen Hub revolution. So before we were stuck in this lava pit, and she took us out and threw in this amazing roadmap that has so many directions happening simultaneously. Not that the initial roadmap wasn't working. It was working super well until the complexity hit, and we really needed organization to put all of the working groups and all of the simultaneous scopes in one place to be able to follow towards the hatch that is planned to next month to happen in a month or two. And this is all incredible, so we have to celebrate. And I'm really happy to talk about the praise culture we have that is borrowed from the common stack. So members of the TEC can dish praise to each other. And we have created an amazing gratitude culture where you can praise contributions of all kinds. And this is to make sure that everyone is being seen, that all the contributions are accounted. And now we have 225 active contributors and almost 4,000 impact hours. That is so much beautiful work being done in the community. So if you are a token engineering project working to accelerate open source and ethical design for token ecosystems, get in touch to submit a proposal. And you can have an elevator pitch in our community call that is happening right now, actually, every Thursday at 8 p.m. CET. And in the end of the call, we always have the token engineering spotlight where projects can share what they are doing. And also here you can listen to all of the updates from the week from all the working groups. So if you are interested in any of these amazing things happening in the TE ecosystem, I couldn't even mention them all, but you can join our forum that has so